This is the first video lecture of this series. We are going to solve the 10th set of basic level examination, that is class 8 board papers. So from the 10th set solution we are going to solve for the first chapter. So let us start our first chapter. So the first chapter is about measurement. You can look here. The first question is, what is called the process of finding exact quantity of a substance called? So easily it is measurement. So it is the measurement is called the process of finding exact quantity of a substance, or you have already learned about it. The process of comparison of an unknown quantity with a non-standard quantity is called as measurement. Another one is, define physical quantity with any two examples. Very simple question. The quantity which can be measured directly or indirectly is called as physical quantity. Example: mass, length. Something like emotion, anger, these things can't be measured, so they are not the physical quantity. Another thing is quick definition of measurement. Already discussed there. Measurement is defined as the comparison of an unknown quantity with a standard known quantity. What is fundamental physical quantity? The quantities which are independent from any other physical quantity like mass, length, etc. is known as fundamental physical quantity. You can also write physical quantity is simply divided into two types, that is fundamental quantities and derived quantities. The quantity which do not depend upon or which does not gets expressed in terms of other quantity, it is a basic quantity. So this quantity is called as what? Fundamental quantity. And the quantity which depends upon another or other physical quantities like fundamental quantities, like it is expressed in the terms of two or more fundamental quantities, they are called as derived quantity. So this is now what is unit? The unit is the standard quantity with which we carry out the measurement of any physical quantity of the same kind. Another question is, define fundamental unit and give any two examples. Fundamental quantity and fundamental. The basic difference here is you have to just put unit in place of quantity. So the unit which is used to express the fundamental quantity is known as fundamental unit, or the unit which is independent of other units is called as fundamental units. Now another question is, define one solar day. Simply one solar day means 86,400 seconds. It is the time taken by Earth to complete one rotation in its own axis. When the Earth rotates in its own axis, the time taken to complete the one complete rotation is called as one solar day. That is equals to 86,400 seconds. Another question is, how is 1 second time defined in SI system? So 1 second time is defined as the time taken by the cesium-133. 133 number isotope of cesium atom to complete the 9192631770 vibrations. Means it is the time taken to complete these much vibrations in these much vibrations of the cesium 133 atom. So another one is SI unit of time and temperature. Time, second, temperature, Kelvin. You already know 7 fundamental quantities you have already studied. These are from that one. What is weight? Write its SI unit. The force of gravity of the earth acting on a body is called as weight. SI unit is Newton. Simply weight, there is some difference between weight and mass. Mass means the amount of quantity contained in a body. It is constant everywhere. But if we talk about weight, weight numerically means mass into gravity. So the force of gravity of the earth acting upon a body is called as weight. It is measured in Newton. Weight is equals to mass into gravity. Mass is kg and gravity is meter per second square. So it is Newton. What is gravity? The force by which earth attracts body towards its center. Here two things should be clear. Gravity and gravitation, these are two different things. Gravity means simply the force with which the earth attracts anything towards its center is called as gravity. But when you talk about gravitation, gravitation is the force between any two objects in the whole universe. So this is gravity and gravitation. How is 1 kilogram mass defined in SI system? 1 kilogram mass is defined as the mass of platinum iridium cylinder having equal diameter and height, whose diameter and height are equal, kept in particular conditions. Now the question is, write any two differences between fundamental units and derived units. Already discussed about this, no need to spend so much time on it. So yeah, the units which are independent from any other physical quantities, or which are independent of other quantities, physical quantities, is called as fundamental unit, and the units which are depends or which is expressed in terms of other fundamental units is called as derived units. Mass, length is fundamental units, and derived units are area, volume, etc. Now another one is, write any two differences between mass and weight. So two differences between mass and weight we are going to study. Mass, I have already told you, the exact quantity of matter contained in a body is called as mass, whereas weight is the force of gravity of the earth acting on a body. Weight is mass into gravity, and SI unit of mass is kg, whereas weight is measured in Newton. Mass is constant quantity, but weight differs from place to place as it depends upon gravity. Another one is, density is called a derived physical quantity. Why? Density means mass by volume, as it depends upon the units of mass kg and volume meter cube. So it is called as a derived unit. That's why it is called as derived unit. Another one is, when the ball is thrown upwards from the earth's surface, it returns back towards the earth's surface. So because of the gravity of the earth means, when we throw something upwards means, actually the gravity is the force which attracts something towards the center of the earth. Means if you throw something upwards, again it is acted upon by gravity, means gravity is pulling it downwards. So it is the opposite force. So when your final velocity, when you throw something, some initial velocity you put on it, and when your velocity is overcome by the gravitational pull, when your velocity what you have provided, or the force what you have provided, is overcome by the what, gravitational pull, then your final velocity becomes zero at a point, and from that point only the substance now stops there and falls down. So when ball is thrown upwards from the earth's surface, it returns back towards the earth's surface because of the gravity. Another one is, the weight of a body varies from place to place. Why? Because weight of a body, already I have told you, because the weight of the body depends upon the mass and gravity. Weight is equals to mass into gravity. It is a product of mass and gravity. And as gravity differs from place to place, weight also varies. Weight is directly proportional to gravity. When W is equals to mg, weight is directly proportional to gravity. Now another one is, write in two differences between simple clock and atomic clock. Simple clock means the clocks which we use generally, and another is atomic clock that scientists use them, or it is used for some laboratory purposes. Look here, the time may differ due to the environmental conditions. Simple clock, in simple clock the time is not so much accurate, or you can easily say it cannot measure very short amount of time, like fractions of seconds, like milliseconds, microseconds. It is not able to measure that. So here it's written, time may differ from it from place to place or due to environmental condition. Whereas atomic clock, it is always gives accurate time. Simple clock is based on the principle of rotation of oscillations of part of the clock, whereas the atomic clock is based on the principle of vibration of cesium-133 atom. Another one is, it is used in daily life and it is used in laboratory or scientific purposes. Next one we have, why is the unit of velocity called derived unit? Again a very simple question. Unit of velocity is called derived unit because it depends upon the units of length and time. Like velocity is equals to what? Displacement covered by time taken. So displacement is measured in meter and time is measured in second. So it depends upon meter and second. That's why it is called as a derived unit. It is expressed in the terms of two or more fundamental units. That's why it is a derived unit. Another question is, write down the SI unit of given derived physical quantities. Acceleration, meter per second. Acceleration is velocity by time taken, means meter per second by second, that is meter per second square. Volume is length into breadth into height, meter into meter into meter cube. Density is kg, density equals to mass by volume, means kg, volume is meter cube, kg per meter cube, velocity is meter per second. Now another question is, how is the mass of a body measured? Write in brief. The basic SI unit of mass is kilogram. All of you know. It is not the same as weight, because even though mass is often determined by measuring the object's weight, even though it is determined by measuring the object's weight using a spring scale rather than balance scale, comparing it directly with known masses. So when you compare it with known masses, you can easily find the mass of that body. Another one is, write the SI unit of following fundamental physical quantity. Mass, kg, time, second. No need to explain these things. Temperature is Kelvin, electric current is in ampere. It is denoted by capital A. Another one is, write any 4 units of time and write down the interrelationship among them. So the 4 units of time are second, minute, isn't it? Hour, day, isn't it? So interrelationship among them, interrelationship among them, we'll be discussing it. So we have 1 day is equals to 24 hours, or you have already studied in the previous slides also. 1 means solar day, that is 24 hours or 86,400 seconds. So 24 hours, that means 1440 minutes. When you multiply it by 60, you will get 1440 minutes. Again 1440 minutes, when you multiply it by 60, you will get 86,400 seconds. So actually when it is said to convert a day into minute, you simply multiply the hours into 60. So when you multiply hours with 1 times 60, it will give you in minutes. And again when you multiply it by 2 times, multiply it 2 times with 60, hours is changed into, and 1 hour is equals to, if it is said you have to convert it into seconds. So 1 into 60, that is minute, and 1 into 60 into 60, that is second, isn't it? So multiply 2 times the given value of hour, you will get in seconds. 1 time you will get in minutes. 1 times 60 minutes, 2 times 60 means seconds. Another is, which clock do scientists use to measure time? Already discussed. Scientists use the atomic clock because it helps to get the small unit of time, or it can measure very small fractions of the time also. Describe in brief the importance of measurement in our daily life. The importance of measurement in our daily life. What do actually measurement helps us with? Means it helps in selling and buying goods. It helps in performing scientific experiments. It helps to obtain the accurate results about physical quantities. It helps in performing experiments for making our daily food. When we cook our food daily, we measure some amount of water, some amount of rice, isn't it? So it helps us in measuring. Another one is, convert 12 days into minutes. Already discussed 12 days into minutes. So days converted into hours. 1 day equals to 24 hours. Then 24 hours equals to, then multiply it by 60, means 24 into 60 you will get. So 1 day is equals to 24 into 60, isn't it? 1 day is 24 hours. Then 12 days means 12 days equals to 12 into 24 into 60, isn't it? 24 into 60 you will get in minutes, and again then 12, 1 day ma ati minute means 12 day ma that minute into 12 times. Another one is, convert 86400 seconds into days, means 86400. In 1 day there are 86400 seconds. So convert it by 60, you will get divide it by 60, you will get in minutes. Again divide it by 60, you will get in hours, and then day, isn't it? The mass of a body is 25 kg and the value of acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. Calculate the weight of the body. Weight, mass is given, gravity is given. Here g is written in capital, don't write it in capital, it is a small. That g is gravitation, we have the gravity's value here, so write it a small g. Weight is equals to mass into gravity, so mass into gravity. Now you will get the what is that, 25 kg into 9.8, you will get 245 newtons. Again another question is, convert 35 quintal into kilogram. Very simple question. 1 quintal is equals to 100 kg. 35 quintal is equals to 35 into 100, that is 3500. So 35 into 100, that is 3500 kg. Another one is, convert 60 kilogram into milligram. So here I'll just try to give you some very small things. You should consider these things. Milli means 10 raised to minus 3 and micro means 10 raised to minus 6. So let us solve this. Another question is the mass of a body is 100 kg and its weight is 980 Newton. Calculate the value of acceleration due to gravity. Mass is 100 kg, weight is 980 Newton. Acceleration due to gravity, g, a small g that is. So we have W is equals to mass into gravity, that is weight is equals to mass into gravity. So W by m if we take, we will get gravity. W by m is equals to gravity. So here W by m is equals to gravity. When you solve this question, you will get a g is equals to 9.8 meter per second square. The unit is missing here. You should write down the unit, because if you don't write down the units, the in examinations you can not get the full marks. So you have to write the units, that is meter per second square. So if you like the video, you can just tell your reactions about this video in the comment section. If it is helpful, more videos like this will be. I hope this will be helpful for you. Many more chapters to come and many more sets to come. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.